Right, this is my collection of artifacts to go with my little book that I'm writing about George Williams. Now, this is some silk poppies, obviously to represent the poppies from Flanders Fields, and they're in a what's called a trench art vase that has been made out of a shell case. It's a very simple one. I didn't buy an elaborate one because I imagine this as being actually made in the trenches. A lot of trench art wasn't in fact made in the trenches. It was made in factories, but with the materials. Anyway, this one looks simple enough to have actually been made in the trenches and potentially used at the time. Probably not with poppies because they die very quickly when they're real. Anyway, next to that is his cap, which the cap is a what's the word? I can't think of the word now. It's not real. It's I can't. The word will come to me probably in a minute. The badge, however, is age appropriate. Oh, replica. That's it. So the cap is a replica, but the badge is age appropriate. Next to it is his glasses. Now these are genuine Edwardian glasses in an original case. Behind that, you can see his pipe. Now, this pipe apparently was made in 1910. Along with the large box behind it, which is a tobacco tin, that was made in 1910 as well. The green box on top is again a trench art matchbox cover. Next to that is his watch with an authentic era strap. So the watch is authentic from that era, and so is the strap. Now, just behind that is a cigarette case, that silver box, and the brass tube is in fact a lighter. Now, behind that is a postcard of the Essex Regiment going over the top, and in front of that, very pale, but it's much easier to see in reality rather than on the screen, is a picture of an unnamed Essex Regiment officer, dated 1915. So I'm going to assume that is in fact George. Next to that is one of the maps he might well have used, because he was based certainly in 1915 anyway, or at the beginning of 1915. He was in the Ypres area, and so this Ypres is in Belgium. So this is an officer's map. The envelope next to it, with sort of pinky colour on here, or brown perhaps, is a waterproof envelope which officers would have used to carry maps in. The map fits in there perfectly. They would have used it to keep the maps from becoming damp or whatever, or dirty. And next to that is a photograph of an Edwardian lady, who I'm going to assume is his girlfriend. Her name is Lucille or Lucy. And next to that again is a cross piece of trench art, and it has an Ypres sort of badge on it, and it's made of bullets. And in front of that is a piece of genuine barbed wire from the Somme. Now, beyond that is a 1901 illustrated edition of the diary of what's his name? I can't even read it. I can't remember. My Pickwick Papers. My memory is dreadful these days. Can't remember a thing. Anyway, so that's 1901 edition of the Pickwick Papers. Now there's a 1916, I think it is. 1916 trench whistle. A medal ribbon or set of medal ribbons, two officers' pips, um, a, correct Essex Regiment brass button, an Essex Regiment collar badge. That wouldn't have gone on the shirt collar, it would have gone on the collar of his uniform jacket, I think. Next to that is a Belgian, I think it's 10 cents. Nope, two francs. Oh, well, anyway, so that, again, it's age appropriate. It's from 19. It's dated 1909. I think so. It would have been in circulation at the time. Now, this is his service revolver, which is a genuine service revolver that's been decommissioned. Obviously, I couldn't have one that worked. And then behind it is some decommissioned bullets. But again, once again, they're all and their caliber are correct in that they're 45.455. The pistol was made in Spain, and apparently Spain produced a lot of these pistols, and they were apparently very well made, handmade, and they actually perform very well apparently. And I believe the British Army bought thousands of them, so they're not rare, but it's quite an interesting artifact, and that's on a lanyard, and the lanyard is fake as well. I mean, it's a new lanyard. It's a facsimile. It's the genuine ones are over £100, and I'm not going to pay that for a bit of rope. Anyway, so I think that I'm not sure whether I showed his watch, but I'm not sure whether I showed his compass. This is the compass that he would have used. So, apart from the cap, I think, and the lanyard, everything else is genuinely time appropriate and comes from that era. So quite interesting. And I've got a couple of things on order that haven't arrived yet. One is a travel safety razor, for which I've also ordered a shaving mirror. And I've ordered a Bible. George was the son of a Church of England vicar, so I'm fairly convinced that he would have probably carried a Bible with him as well. So there you are, a little tour of all his artifacts. Currently, I'm on chapter 3 of the book, so I've completed chapters 1 and 2. That's about it.